Welcome to Math with Professor V. Here is your latest integral of the day. We have indefinite integral of 1 over 2 times the square root of x plus 3 plus x dx. So pause the video if you want to try it on your own first. This is a great review, especially if you're in Calculus 2 and you have a final coming up and you want to pick the right integration technique. And I'm going to give you a little hint. This requires more than one integration technique. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is apply a U-substitution, and I'm not happy with this radical that's going on in the denominator. So what I'm going to do is let U equal the square root of x plus 3. And you could go ahead and differentiate right now to find du, but it's going to be a little more messy than if you do what I'm going to show you. So watch this. Square both sides first, then u squared is equal to x plus 3. And then now differentiate both sides. Oh, look how relaxing. 2u du is equal to 1 times dx. Beautiful. So let's see what's going on here. dx is all of this, 2u du. And then rad x plus 3, that's my u. But what do I do about this x over here? Well, you're going to come right to this step. Can't you solve for x in terms of u? We certainly can. X is equal to u squared minus 3. So now we're ready. We can totally rewrite this entire integral in terms of u now. So in the numerator, no more dx. We've got 2u du. In the denominator, I'm going to have 2u plus, remember, instead of x, we're going to replace it with u squared minus 3. How are we doing? I think that was the trickiest part of the problem. From here, you should be home free. So I'm going to rewrite the denominator so it's in descending powers. So we have 2u du over u squared plus 2u minus 3. So I check, okay, this is rational function. The degree of the denominator is higher than the degree of the numerator. So let me see if I can find the partial fraction decomposition. I can tell the denominator is going to factor beautifully. So let's go ahead. It's partial fraction time. Okay. So we've got 2u over, denominator factors into u plus 3 times u minus 1. Each of those is a linear factor and it's not repeated. So we'll just have constants in the numerators. A over u plus 3 plus b over u minus 1. And then multiply everything through by the LCD, because remember our goal is to solve for a and b. So I'm multiplying by u plus 3, u minus 1. So over here we've got 2u equals a times u minus 1 plus b times u plus 3. And then you have two different options here. You could distribute everything and set up a system of equations, or what I like to do is substitute in different values of u that will zero out each of those factors. So first let me let u equal 1. Then on the left-hand side, we have 2 times 1, so 2, equals a times 0 plus b times 4. So 2 is 4b, which means b is 1/2. And then I'm going to do that again, but this time I'll choose u to be -3. That way this factor will become 0. So on the left-hand side, I have -6 equals a times -4 plus b times 0. So a is -6 divided by -4, or positive 3/2. Look at us, we are in business. So now let's rewrite our integral. What do we have here? It was indefinite integral a over u plus 3 plus b, which was 1/2, over u minus 1 du. Cool. The worst is totally over, because now antiderivative of each of these is just going to be natural log absolute value of the denominator, and then put the constants in front. So you're going to have 3/2 natural log absolute value u plus 3 plus 1/2 natural log absolute value u minus 1. And then don't forget, plus c right here. As soon as you've taken the antiderivative, you need to put the plus c, because you've already evaluated, right, this integral. Okay, and then just don't forget originally our problem was in terms of x. So we got to replace u with rad x plus 3. Remember we had substituted in the very beginning rad x plus 3. So now we have 3/2 natural log absolute value rad x plus 3 plus 3 plus 1/2 natural log absolute value rad x plus 3 minus 1 plus c. Now if we look back here, rad x plus 3, that's never going to be negative. So if I have some non-negative quantity plus 3, for sure what's inside the absolute value bars is always positive. So I don't have to keep them as absolute value bars. I can just switch them out to parentheses, okay? But I can't do that on the other logarithm, do you see? Because there's subtraction right here. So I'm not guaranteed that the argument's always positive, so I'm going to keep the absolute value bars on that guy. And this is our fully simplified final answer, okay? And that's it. Were you able to get it right on your own? I hope so. Are you guys still studying for finals, or are you all done? Comment down below. Let me know what's going on in your life. I have final exam review videos. I have a 4-parter if you're in Calc 2, or a 3-part final exam review video if you're in Calc 1. I also have solving 100 questions on everything sequences and series. That's a 2-part video. Each part is about 3 hours long. So I made like these massive review videos because I know around this time of the year it gets crazy and you guys need some help studying. So there's comprehensive reviews. Also, if you just need help with your integration techniques, check out the rest of this playlist, Integral of the Day, because it'll help you sharpen your skills. And I have full-length video lectures for every topic in Calc 1, 2, and 3. Everything's organized into playlists, so just check out the description. And if you browse the playlist on my YouTube channel, you should be able to find whatever you need. Okay? Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, as long as it's here. Who knows? Math with Professor V. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support. And I will be back sooner than later. Bye.